Hey guys, welcome back for another unboxing review. As always, like my videos and check out the subscriber button if you tend to like. If you don't, thumb it down. If this is helpful, thumb it up for me. Alright, this is on the Blackhawk Sportster Standard Concealment CQC holster. Alright, so here's the mail it came in. I actually bought this off of eBay, oddly enough. It was 20 bucks. That's pretty much the going rate for them. This is not a Serpa Blackhawk holster. This is a different kind of retention system. It is not a push button retention system. There's some negative press out there about them, but I'm not going to get into that today. Alright, so here's the box. Pretty standard. It came in brand new. One thing, as this video is going on up into June 19th, 2016, they're actually doing a half off through mail-in rebate on all Blackhawk Serpa style holsters. Not this kind, but the Serpa style with the push button. So if you happen to be watching this video in the next couple of days after I upload it, you can buy them and get a half off mail-in rebate. Alright, so the item comes with obviously the holster itself, a paddle, and a belt clip. I personally use the paddle because the idea is I want to throw it on and then walk out the door. I don't want to adjust the belt all around or anything. So that's just me reading it as it's coming out. It works on the, this is for my Smith & Wesson SD9. It also works on SD40. It works on the various M&P models. It comes with the whole list on there. Now the retention system on this, obviously when you first get it, it doesn't really work that well. And that's because it's not retained. You can actually adjust the level of retention, so it can adjust the level of hold you actually have on the weapon. So here's various pieces and parts. That's the paddle I'm going to be using and attaching in a little while. Alright, this is the retention screw. Now if you look on it, it's right there by the holster. You turn it clockwise and it actually makes the holster a tighter fit. So the tighter it is, the more it retains the weapon, the harder it is to pull out. Basically taking the place, or being an innovation in place of the Serpa push button. So will this prevent someone from yanking the gun out of your belt or prevent it from falling over if you're like a police officer on the job and you tumble with somebody who you're trying to arrest? Probably not. So maybe you want to go with the retention button on the Serpa model. If you're just carrying, this is more my speed. This is me actually looking at it, trying to figure out what all these different pieces parts are. It has what they call a detent inside of it. Basically holds the trigger guard in place. It doesn't actually lock in like the Serpas, but what it does do is push up and create basically what amounts to a large amount of friction between the trigger guard and the lower part of the firearm and the upper part of the holster, holding it in place. And it's that little thing right there. And you basically lift it up a little bit, and then you tighten the retention screw, and it holds it in place. So when the weapon actually is put into the holster, it's really, really tight and snug to the point that it won't fall out if the holster's put in upside down. So right there, it's not falling upside down. Alright, so now I'm going to set this up to where with a paddle. So basically just needs 3 screws to screw from the holster, from the actual carrying system to the paddle style holster clip. And you can move it around, and you can change the angle that it sits at, but I tend to be just perpendicular 90-degree angles. That's kind of what I stick with. So we're going to speed this up a little bit. Screws in to the top. The only difficult one is the bottom screw because it's got to line up just right, and it's not always perfect, so you got to make sure you're keeping track of it. But assembly is very fast, doesn't take much, doesn't really take a whole lot. And then there's the last screw. And once they're all double checked for tightness, this thing's good to go. The paddle platform actually comes with some belt loop hooks that screw into the platform itself. I'm not in law enforcement, so I'm not worried about high dangerous situations. I don't really have my carry it concealed with the shirt over top, and it actually comes with an embedded hook at the bottom of the paddle that actually catches on the clothing and the belt itself, so it's really kind of not necessary for me. But as you see from the video, it does hold on to retention really tight because I keep it tight in there. This is actually my wife carrying it, so this is as if my wife were carrying it over the shirt. It is a concealment holster. It's relatively low profile. Now, on me, there's a pretty big bulge because I'm a little wider than my wife, but on her, unless you're looking for it, really, you're not going to see it. Now, somebody who carries a lot might notice it because they just know to look for that kind of stuff. But as far as her going to the grocery store, she can carry it like that because we're in an open carry state. We're not really terribly worried about it. but once it's on her, you can't really see it. So I'd recommend picking one up. $20 is what I got it for. So thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel if you like my videos, and thank you again.